the VooPoo Drag X. Let's have a look. Hey guys, Ben Vick back with another review. Today we are looking at this, the VooPoo Drag X, a device I've been playing with for ages. I'm late to the party on this one. Didn't know if I wanted to make a video for it because there's a lot of things that annoy me about this, and ranty videos aren't really my thing. But we're going to have to crack on anyway with it. So let's do a video on this, the VooPoo Drag X. What is it? It is an AIO all-in-one device. It has very cool new airflow, and it has these big pod things, these big tank things. Obviously no 510, it's an all-in-one. You can't use anything but these tanks, and therefore the coils that fit in these tanks. There is a wide range of coils available, a really wide range. There's even an Rba coil available, but from what I've seen of that Rba coil, it looks shit. So there we go. Now, what have you got going on? You've got a 2 mil capacity tank, you've got an 80 watt mod, variable wattage mod with smart mode if you don't know how wattage works and you just want the mod to do it. You've also got 18650 battery, which is replaceable. There is also a Drag S, brand new Drag S, which is identical to this, but it's a built-in battery device, and I think it's limited to 50 watts. So the Drag X, let's go straight down low. I'll show you some things, then we'll come back up top for a lot of cons, some pros. See you in a sec. Okay guys, here we are down low with the VooPoo Drag X. Here we go. This is what we got. So, starting right at the top, we have our tank system. This is magnetic. It works very well. It works very, very well. It's very magnetic. It doesn't get too juicy in there, which is good, and all that stuff. But obviously no 510, so you can't use any other tanks or devices on this mod, which has to be seen as a negative. I've heard talk of a 510 adapter, but seen nothing of it, so we have to assume there isn't one. Obviously you just pull your coil out, you just grip it here and pull that out to change your coil. You also have the filling method in here as well, and it's literally this rubber bung. Stick your juice in there, push that back down, happy days. No real issues with that. It can get messy if you're messy, but it's a thing. No adjustable 510, no changeable 510. It's just built into the tank, is the way it is, which is fine. But as I say, nice and clicky, very, very strong, holds its own weight. It's a good magnet system. This is very cool. This is the next thing to show. This is the adjustable airflow, and it's all on this latch here, all the way closed, all the way open, half open, half closed. It's very good. It changes these panels here and here. I like it half open. Works really well like that, and it's nice. It's nice. It's a nice thing. I like the airflow. It's a little bit turbulent, it's a little bit noisy, a little bit choppy, but it's a very clever mechanism. Now, in this bit here, there's a range of options. This is like the black one, with a little weird sort of leather, faux leather bit of saying drag on, but there's a range of these available. There's a range of colours available, so do check them all out. But this just happens to be the sort of black one. Gene chip inside, written on here, USB Type-C, and of course adjustable battery. You just go like that and change your 18650 battery. So that brings us to the bulk of the issues with this device actually once it's on. So we'll turn it on. We've got VooPoo, we've got drag and our board number, our chip number. Now every time you change the battery like I just did there, it asks you to set the time. So every day, because it's an 18650 battery, it lasts 1 day, so every time you do that, it it makes you set the time every day, which is, imagine if your watch did that, it'd be annoying, right? So I don't like that. So there we go. So that's that. Now we're in. You can see everything's going on the screen. You've got your wattage. It says smart at the top. You've got your battery level. You've got your ohms, your volts, all that stuff, all that good stuff, puff count, whatever. Right at the bottom here, another annoyance of mine. This is some sort of kind of scoring system, some kind of like gamification thing. So like depending on how many watts and how hard you drag, you get a different score. So it says bronze for me. If you use less watts, it says iron. God knows what. It's a load of nonsense, and I hate that. So that's a thing. Smart mode. Now what this is, it knows the coils because you can't use anything else but its coils in here. So it knows the coils. So say you want to vape at 40, you're having a vape, you're having a lovely time, and you pop your tank off and you pop it back on. Because it's smart mode, it knows the coil, changes it back to 50 watts. Annoying. That's annoying, but I get it. What I would like smart mode to do, I would like it to be a stopper. I'd like it to be the limiter. So if you're in smart mode, you can't go above 50 watts with this coil. It knows this coil, you can't go above 50 watts. But I wish it would remember that I liked it at 42 watts and kept it at 42 watts and didn't change it on me. But that's the thing. That's what smart mode does. And that's smart mode. If you don't want to use smart mode, you can go 1, 2, 3 and use Rba mode. Now it's called Rba mode, but really it's just do it yourself mode. You set your own wattage, do what you like. You're in Rba mode, and this is the mode that you can have more fun with as long as you understand what wattage does and what wattage means. Happy days in this mode. It shouldn't be called Rba mode though, it should be called VW mode like it has been for the last 8 years. But there we go, that's fine. I'm sounding really salty, but that's fine. It's Rba mode. If you want to change your wattage and not get messed around by the smart mode, change it to Rba mode, 3 clicks. It's got another thing going on here. If you hold down fire and minus together, these two buttons together, you come to this puff thing. And what this does is it has some way of displaying how many puffs you've made in certain sessions. So I did 5 that time, 11 that time, none that time, none that time, 1 that time, none. So I don't know exactly what units of time are here and what session is going on here. It's not very intuitive, but it has some way of tracking your vaping habits. So I did 11 that time, and I must have turned it off and then done 5 drags and then turn it off again or something. I don't know. It's a load of crap. To get out of that, you just hold down fire. I should point out as well, if you click fire on there, from that menu you get your board information, your level code and all that stuff. So that's how you flick between those things. And to get out of all that, you just hold down fire. And that's basically it. The changing of the wattage on the tank, the setting of the time every time you do the battery. These are all things that could have been wrinkled out. The naming of that, how unintuitive this thing is. Yeah, all that could have been resolved, but it clearly wasn't user tested. So we'll go back up top and moan about all those things I just moaned about again. So let's go do that. Okay guys, that was the Drag X down low. So I'm going to reel off all the things that annoy me about this mod and then get on to some more bits about it. So first of all, every time you change the battery, it asks you to set the time. Obviously, you're taking your battery out every day, so every day you have to set the time, or you just ignore it and dismiss it. That's really annoying. Every time you take the tank off in smart mode and put it back on, it changes back to the wattage it thinks you should be vaping, not the wattage you necessarily want to vape. That's annoying. Other things with this device, it's got this thing at the bottom, this score thing, this gamification aspect. I think that is shit. I don't like that. I'm on bronze. What does that mean? Iron. I've seen it saying iron sometimes as well. Nonsense. What a waste of screen space. Don't do that, VooPoo. Don't do that. So that's another thing as well. The Rba mode, the Rba section. It's just a strange way of just saying I just want to set my own wattage and not mess around with it. The whole menu system I find a bit baffling, to be honest. It's not intuitive, it's not user friendly. So you're smart or Rba. But what if you want to set your wattage yourself without an Rba? You can, it lets you, but it's called Rba. It's just stupid. It's a stupid interface. It's a stupid menu system, and I find that annoying. The puff count thing, The alternative screen, the puff count thing, I don't even know what that's telling me. I don't know if it's displaying it by session, like the mod on, the mod off is each session. I don't know if it's a week, a day. I don't understand what it's actually showing me. And it's just not intuitive, and it just adds no value to the device either. So I don't like that either. What else don't I like? There's some things you should know. Changing the coil is quite messy work. Refilling it is quite messy work. You can't use your own drip tip. And I haven't seen a 510 adapter. I believe there will be at some point a 510 adapter for this. How that will work, I am not sure. It will have to be magnetic. But yes, I haven't seen this 510 adapter. If it has one, that would be a bonus. Because I've not seen it, that's a con. You can only use these coils and these tanks on this device right now. Because I haven't seen no 510 thing for this, so there we go. So there's some negatives. All of that to one side, it's got some positive aspects too. I like this airflow. I think it's clever. It's choppy, it's turbulent, but I like the mechanism. I like the way it does it, and it works very well. I'm just straight down the middle half on mine, and that's just how I like it. It's a little choppy, it's a bit noisy, but they all are these days, so that's no big deal. I quite like the airflow. I think that's pretty clever. The actual coils are good. All the coils I've used in here are good. There's a lot of coils available, as I've said, and they all seem pretty good. The overall vape of this device is good. It's good, but for me, the vape to one side, it vapes very, very well. It's a very good vape. If you've got this, you're enjoying it, I understand. I understand why you're enjoying it. I understand why you think it's good. I understand why you like it. It vapes absolutely fine. But all these little quirks annoy me, and they've annoyed me over time using it. And do you know what it strikes me as? It strikes me as the people who designed this, the people that made it, the people that tested it, don't vape. They don't vape. Some computer scientists has made this board, the gene chip, whatever version it is. They've made this board. They've gone, does 50 watts actually vape 50 watts? Oscilloscope? Yes, it does. Tick. Great. But they haven't actually given it to a vapor. Delay your product release one extra week. Send it to a proper vapor, a proper vapor. Like you watching this, like me, anyone, just for a week before launch, before sending test samples out, anything, just have some trusted testers, send it to them for a week, let them vape it for a week, and then they will feed back all these things that annoy normal vapors, and then make those changes to the board so it doesn't always ask you the time, it doesn't reset every time you take a tank off, battery in and out, etc. All these little quirks, the bronze thing, the whatever that scoreboard thing is, the fact that no one has any clue how the puff count thing works, all these things would have been picked up by user testing before product release, and all these things would have been picked up by that. And then what you've got yourself is a very, very, very solid device, because it vapes so well and it works so well and it's clever. It's a clever whole thing, is clever, it's well put together, it's nicely made, it's a good thing, but it's got all these annoying things that have annoyed me like crazy for the last week or so. But it vapes great. If you've got one, you're enjoying it, totally get it. If you really, really like the look of it, you really, really want one, and you can put up with the things I've just said, get one, because it vapes great. I can't wait to not vape this anymore, because it's annoying me. But it vapes fine, but I'm ready to be done with it. So not a super positive review from me, I'm afraid. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like, subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you on the next video. Cheers.